Okay. I've tried to do this one time before. I have some notes. I should probably take more notes and then get back to this. See, I have to at least get like a structure down so that I'm not like constantly just talking at the camera because this is getting ridiculous. But I wanted to address a lot of Lucifer means Lightbringer's videos because I think he's the one that has gotten it so almost perfectly nailed down from the magic mythological standpoint and from like the shifting idea of archetypes and like co-archetypes and how those co-archetypes like bring out other sections of the story, and like he has such a good way of leading you through it, not leading you through it, but like taking you step by step in his way of thinking about the world to where you can like get it as long as you don't start midway through and then are like, wait, what's all this moon maiden stuff? And okay, yeah, that's what I did. I actually started with Green Zombies, which I think is a good starting place. It's still my favorite. Um, but I wanted to kind of tie all of the magical, mystical things together. And so originally, my theory was called radiation is magic. And there are several scientific theories out there, but I agree with LML for the most part that it can't be like the universe and the world and what's happening cannot be explained through science because George R. R. Martin has said that directly. But it can. I think he has based it off of science to where if magic were to be real, how would it function and how would it do? And George is one of those people who does the research on things, and I didn't know that, or I didn't know how much he did until now, because I knew I wanted to call it radiation as magic, but I knew that there were other things that like transferred heat, so I looked up heat transfer, and let me just read this for you real quick, because this kind of blew my mind and I had to like change my whole theory and shit just off of this. So heat can be transferred from one place to another by three methods: conduction in solids, convection of fluids like liquids or gases, and then radiation through anything that will allow radiation to pass. And the method used to transfer heat is usually the one that is the most efficient. So, what is the most efficient way for the others to transfer heat? Is through convection, through fluids and solid or gases. That's why they're a mist. That's why, like, they like freeze water and they can like transfer the heat to themselves and take all of that, and like that's why I think they can live out in the lands of always winter, is because like they can just suck the heat from everything. So like when it's the long summer, wherever, when like the sun is out there all the time, they're just out in the sun absorbing all that heat, having a grand old time. And then the others have to come down and they have to seek places where living things are in the winter because there's no sun during the long night. So that's the others. What is the easiest way for Green Seers to transfer heat, or to transfer their consciousness, like transfer their magic? So I think heat is magic in A Song of Ice and Fire. So what's the best way for Green Seers? It would be conduction through solids, because they have the trees, and they have the animals, and they have the solid things in the world. So, like, there are the stone faces carved, I think, under High Heart, and there's also stone faces over in Essos somewhere. I know. Damn. This is where I gotta get more notes, but I thought of all this stuff and I had to, like, oh my god. But I was just re-listening to Order of Green Zombies, and I had to do that because I was like, so, like, how would, because, like, a body can allow radiation through it as well. So, like, that's why you get radiation poisoning, is because you can absorb a lot of radiation, and you shouldn't. But, what would be the easiest method of transfer for, like, fire, or actual, like, radiative heat would be, or, like, I guess the best form for radiation would be fire, like the purest fire. So, like, a small little flame that just, like, anyway. And that's what dragons and stuff are, is because they can absorb all that radiation, they can absorb all that ambient heat, they can break it down in their bodies and then expel it. And that's what dragon, or fire magic is, like Relorist magic, I guess you could say, would be like radiative magic. So, like, it's not radiation, it's radiative magic. It's convective magic. It's conductive magic. So it's not conduction, it's not convection, and it's not radiation. It's the magical forms of those. So, yeah, I guess that's it in a nutshell. I got this in under 8 minutes. Oh my god.